So here's what's gonna happen tomorrow. Here's what's gonna happen tomorrow, right? From my analysis of what is happening inside the US is that, you know, interest groups are gave Americans the false hope that probably QAnon was gonna save the day, right? Like the freaking military special operation is gonna arrest everybody, and everybody is gonna be, holding hands and going back, back home together and having a great time. That, you know, Trump finally arrested all the traitors in DC. Now, here's what really happened. That's what I kind of believe in, but not 100% there yet. We have to wait until tomorrow. But from my analysis, Trump could do it. But another bad thing that could really, really happen tomorrow is the entire Q movement was basically an operation by the military to pinpoint and list all of Trump's supporters, all of the Republicans, because there's gonna be a problem, because you can't have the population rising up when you have an ally like Israel that needs 100%, American military power to be their pawn on the international relation game of democracy in the Middle East and peace. So Alex Jones and like all these, people that, are 100% sellouts to the Israelis are going to come out and tell you over and over again, like, you have to remain peaceful, you have to, abide by the law, we can do this, judicially, we can fight, in our own capitals, in our own county. And like, if Trump couldn't fight it using the Supreme Court, what makes you think that, you're going to be able to fight and win anything? When was the last time a person got entrapped and fought the system against the FBI and the CIA and actually won the case? Like, look at Julian Assange. Julian Assange has been literally in prison almost like a decade almost, and all he did was publish news regarding leaked, classified documents about criminal organization inside the U.S. government. That guy is not even an American citizen. He's incarcerated in the UK, and he's never going to be able to get out of there. And then you have people like Alex Jones, screaming on top of his lungs, pulling his hair out, saying that, you have to remain peaceful, you have to remain peaceful, you have to remain peaceful. You can't go out there and change stuff. If you do that, you're going to completely collapse the alliance between the U.S. and Israel and their security. So there's never going to be people rising up in the U.S. And what's going to get worse is this. As the leaks progresses, as like people get, Epstein leaks, as people get like Mossad leaks, as people get like FBI leaks, as people get CIA and FBI and NSA leaks, more and more of our speech is going to be, taken away from all of us slowly. And we're seeing that pattern over and over where, this military apparatus, these intelligence agencies can just kill a black person somewhere and then blame another person that has nothing to do related to the crime, And they've been trying to teach the population over and over constantly to accept, mob rule by Democrats. Basically, you're a criminal based on what other people think and feel about you. So, and it's gonna get worse and worse by the day, by the minute. It's just gonna keep getting worse and worse and worse, and it's not gonna stop. And we already lost our speech, and we lost. We don't even have voting rights anymore. They took our voting rights away from us. They took our speech away from us. They took the judicial system, the Supreme Court, the Senate, and the House away from us, the people, not like a specific members of a group of a political party, because they don't really do anything. They're sponsored by mega corporations that are related to the Trilateral Commission and the Bilderberg Group and the Rothschild family. So, Americans are just gonna slowly fade away, and you're gonna see people screaming on top of their lungs, Nazis, Nazis, Nazis. It's gonna get to the point where everyone's just gonna point at each other, calling each other Nazis, while China and Russia is like literally laughing, the whole way, invading the U.S. And it might get to that point, man. Or there could be a civil war inside the U.S., like a false flag civil war. There's probably going to be hundreds of different types of school shootings inside the U.S. if Biden gets elected. I can see a school shooting happening within like the first month or two of his presidency. Like a church shooting or a school shooting, or a black, person getting shot by the cops, or some crazy stuff happening to take whatever is left of the Republicans. And it's just international protocols. It's absolutely stunning how people are not seeing this. So let's wait for the election tomorrow, the inauguration tomorrow, and see what the outcome is going to be, because everything seems like it's going to be the worst of the worst for the Republicans and the rest of the population, because now they can forcibly take you away and vaccinate you and put you in concentration camps based on speech or whatever they put you on a blacklist for. So be ready for the state knocking down your door and then taking your kids away from you based on your ideology and your speech. And if you say or look anywhere, if you look weird at a Jewish person or a Muslim person, you might be taken away as a Nazi. So the best advice I can give everybody in the US, be armed and be ready to die, basically. Because if you're armed and they're coming for you, there's two outcome. Is either you go out shooting or they're gonna kill you. So, and they're talking about how they're trying to bring unity to the nation. It's like, dude, that's not gonna work, dude. It's like, and there's gonna be a lot of people who's gonna be frame, stalk, molest, harass, follow. You're gonna see crazy operations going down. Like, the new terrorists are the Republicans now, so that they can completely take control of the entire market itself and create this socialist utopia that they're trying to implement for a very, very long time now. So that's what my opinions is. I'm not sure if this is going to be real. I'm not advocating for violence, but I do believe that the forces in power inside the US wants us to stay passive, slow, and sleepy, because they really need whatever's left of America, and they're gonna hand it over to the enemy and then call it a day, like we did it, just like they have done in the past in the USSR, in Germany, and everywhere else. And you just gotta be on your lookout. That's all.